Hi everybody, it's been a little while since I made a video. So I've got the stators totally done. They're all mounted. The whole assembly portion is mechanical stuff is all done. And what I found out was I had added a screw here to adjust this piece of plexiglass, which prevents the LEDs from hitting the disc. So as this thing spins, the slots on the copper disc here go through the LEDs without hitting it. And what I did, I've got the aluminum 1/2-inch, 18-inch diameter plates are now very close, within 1/8 of an inch to 1/16 of an inch to the coils. And I'm still using the 3 boards for the odd side, stators 2, 3, and 4, and then the even side 2, 3, and 4. And these 2 boards right here will be for stator number 1. And what I've got going on with these terminal blocks, these are power, pickup, power, and pickup. So I've got 2 groups of coils in parallel, 6 in parallel, 6 in parallel, and they're 0.2 ohms. Put them in series, 0.4 ohms at 36 volts will be, I don't know, 90 amps or some crazy thing per pulse. So I've got to be careful, monitor the temperature on the heat sinks to make sure everything stays cool. So we're ready to, and you can see this thing rotates pretty quiet and pretty smooth, and it's going to be interesting to see. I did have washers in between these collars here on the other side of this plate. I'd had 5 washers in there. I'm now down to 2 washers, so I've gained a tremendous distance from the coils to the magnets, and really tightened it up tight. So this thing should cruise right along pretty good. I have no idea. I know these FETs can handle 120 amps, 100 volts. So I've got my 2 groups of batteries down here. One group is for the negative 36, and then the other group is the positive 36 that goes to the PC boards. So the next step, I've got to connect up all these crazy wires again, and then we'll be up and running. And this is a final thing. I'm going to put this is going to go in the car, and so we'll adapt and survive accordingly. Once this is all back together and running with 36 volts, I've got to come back up here and redo my Tesla Coil system here. This is a spark gap for it. This has all been running before, so. And my intention is to replace the 12-volt battery that runs the inverter with a couple of these guys, which can actually run your car. And then these big blue fat guys here will charge up to whatever volt, probably about 50 to 100 volts to run the motor. Maybe more, although I have to change all the FETs to do that if I go past the 120 amp pulses. I'm pushing the envelope at that much current, so we shall see what happens. And just to give you a little glimpse down here, this is the original prototype has now been put to sleep for a while, and that was way back in the earlier videos. So this is where we are. This is the back side, and it's pretty heavy. It spins easy, it keeps spinning, and then very quietly stops. So anyway, have a good day.